There are many people in this world who look successful on the outside, but inwardly they are exhausted, not because they are weak, but because they have spent most of their lives trying to prove something, trying to prove they matter, trying to prove they are valuable, trying to prove they are enough. And slowly, without realizing it, their identity becomes tied to performance. If I achieve more, then I have value. If people approve of me, then I matter. If I work harder, then maybe I'm worthy. But the danger of performance based identity is that it never lets you rest. Because no matter how much you accomplish, you still feel like you must do more. And many people are silently carrying this burden every single day. But when we study scripture carefully, we begin to see something powerful. God never intended for human beings to live from striving. From the very beginning, identity came before performance. Before Adam ever worked, before he named the animals, before responsibility, before assignment, he said in Genesis 1 and 26, "Let us make man in our image according to our likeness." Notice something carefully. Identity was established first. Worth was established first. Relationship was established first. Adam did not work to become valuable. He worked from value. That changes everything. Many people today are living backwards. They are trying to earn what God intended for them to receive. So they live rushed, anxious, fearful, emotionally exhausted, constantly comparing themselves to others. Because performance based identity creates pressure, and pressure eventually produces weariness in the soul. Even Jesus himself demonstrated this principle. Before ministry, before miracles, before crowds, before the cross, the Father declared, you can find it in Matthew 3 and 17, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." Notice the timing. The Father spoke identity before performance. Jesus did not minister trying to earn sonship. He ministered from sonship. And because his identity was settled, he moved with peace, not panic, not insecurity, not striving, peace. Many people today are tired, not because life is hard, but because they are trying to carry an identity God never asked them to carry, trying to prove they are lovable, important, intelligent, successful, accepted. But when identity is unsettled, life becomes heavy because everything begins to feel like a test of worth. But when you begin understanding who you are in God, something begins to shift internally. Peace begins to emerge, not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because your value is no longer attached to performance. You stop living from fear. You stop rushing to prove yourself. You stop chasing validation from people. And slowly, you begin living from a deeper place, a settled place, a place of trust, a place of inward peace. And this is where many people miss the connection. Identity affects everything. Because when identity becomes settled, direction becomes clearer. Provision is approached differently. Peace becomes possible, and striving begins to decrease. You no longer feel that desperate pressure to force yourself, because inwardly you begin to understand, I do not have to earn what God has already spoken over me. Now, the world teaches compete, perform, prove, hurry, exhaust yourself. But the Spirit of God produces peace, clarity, wisdom, confidence, and quiet strength. And maybe that deep longing many people feel inside is actually their spirit longing to return to the identity they were created to live from.